angry, Aussie. 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 Angry, Aussie. 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 Angry.
Oh, wait, what am I doing? Damn. Wrong tab open. Why couldn't I see myself? Because I had the wrong tab open. All right. Just getting distracted by some cray stuff. And hey, Pat, how you doing? In early tonight? I'm in early. You're going to see me make a cocktail. Glad that you're good, Bertie. I'm good too. All right, I need to get a couple of things organized. All right. Hey, Heine, how's it going? How am I, Pat? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. What do we got in here? Ooh, got two things I want. Friggin' brilliant, man. Brilliant. Right. Right, you bloody well right. Is this my tiki bitters? Or is that mole bitters? Mole bitters. Oh, shite. Such similar labels. Tiki bitters. Aromatic bitters. And this, really only a quarter. Actually, I've got to look something up before I delve into that. Heine photographed kangaroos and birds today. Haven't even ingested the photos. Oh, that'd be fun. Nice. I want to do the YouTube. I am searching for something. There it is. Best bartender in Germany. Okay, that's it. Jasper Lafranc. And double, triple checking this. Jasper's mix is 7 ounces of that and just a quarter of an ounce of bitters. Okay. Really had to convince myself that was right. Okay, I got some stuff to do. Got some setup. Alrighty. So, just lime juice, 3 ounces ruby syrup. All right, I have a plan. I have the beginnings of a plan. Do. Getting stuff happening for a Saturday. I'm quite hopeful this is going to be a yummy cocktail, but we'll see. You picked up Blade Runner Final Cut on 4K Blu-ray and the Terminator on ordinary Blu-ray. Quality films, both of them. You know what? I don't have to record myself making this. I can just make it. Two and a half. God, you know what? I think I do want the funnel for this. And just two. I'm going to have to clean this up a bit. I've spilt syrup all over the countertop here. Okay. We just have to get some toilet paper. Home for the LD. Hello. Hello, Rachel, by the way, is there with Pat, or maybe said hello to me another time. All right. So get some toilet paper to clean up my mess. Big friggin' blob of my syrup. In the bin, the bottom bin. Now, it's supposed to be 1/4 ounce of aromatic bitters. It's my lime bitters. All right. Put the bitters in. All right, so get this out of the way. Put it over here. Okay, you on again, off again with Rachel. We're on again, Pat. Nice. Okay. Angry's mix. Jasper Lefranc. Okay. Okay, now put this over here. Had a fun party night. Tapped out about... Sorry? Who's that at? I'm not sure what you're saying there. All right. Oh, you tapped out. Sorry, yeah, that confused the shite out of me. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I went till about 1:30 and figured I'd had enough at that point. Okay. This is very straightforward to make. So let's get jiggy with it. Okay. All right. That's straightforward. We will go here. Is it one of those? That's plenty, actually. All right. Ice baby. See how foamy I can make this. Actually don't know if it'll foam up at all, but it might. So let's get this happening. Want it to go foamy. I think it has. All right. Oh, I should do a picky of that. Where's my friggin'... Wait, turn the camera off. Did you get it? All right. Just making my life difficult there. Okay, what am I fucking doing here? Jesus. All right. Don't even really need the phone because it's so simple. Soph was home today, so you didn't watch a movie on the treadmill. Okay. I watched Havoc on Netflix. The makers of The Raid. I have thoughts, which I will share when I sit down. All right, here we go. Is that? What if I can do? G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a nice looking tropical drink. It's essentially a daiquiri riff. It's inspired by a guy called Jasper LeBlanc. The Educated Barfly did a feature on him. He was one of the most popular bartenders in the Caribbean in the mid 20th century, a big name in the whole island tiki drink scene. And he made his own mix. And I've done a version of this. Is what I'm saying inspired by, because mine is different but very strongly influenced by Jasper's mix. All those big tiki guys had mixes. Don Beach had Don's mix. It was their secret ingredient for cocktails. This is actually not all that complicated. Before I get into it, I am going to have a taste test because I want to see what this is like. Oh yeah, that's a daiquiri with a real kick to it. As explained by the Educated Barfly, Jasper's mix was broken down into 4 ounces of lime juice, 3 ounces of I've fucking gone blank. Okay. As explained by the Educated Barfly, Jasper's mix could be broken down into 4 ounces of lime juice, 3 ounces of sugar syrup, and 1/4 of an ounce of Angostura bitters. This inspired me because I made myself a clarified lime cordial recently. Relatively easy, if slightly time consuming to make. You start with an oleosaccharin, which means peeling some limes and then covering them in caster sugar. I tend to use 2 times the weight. Fuck. You start with an oleosaccharin, which means peeling some limes and covering the peel in some sugar. Now, in terms of the comparisons, I tend to do double the weight of the limes with caster sugar most often. And the sugar will draw the oils out of the peel. And over time, could take a couple of hours. You might want to leave it overnight. It will liquefy into a really nice syrup. When I make my clarified cordials, I add the juice back to that syrup. So it's quite a citrusy syrup at that point. And then I add that to a milk element. And the milk element will curdle, and then you filter it out, just like doing a clarified cocktail, except then I end up with a non-alcoholic clarified cordial. And this time I had a lime one. And the milk element, I actually did a mix of coconut cream and dairy milk. Didn't use coconut cream alone because I find that could be very difficult to work with, but it worked really well. So it's not just lime and sugar, it's also got coconut flavor in here as well. seeing as I'd gone off menu with the way I did the lime and sugar element, I went a little bit different with the bitters element as well. There is 1/4 of an ounce of bitters in there, and it is mostly aromatic bitters like Angostura, but I also put in a few dashes of Bitterman's Tiki bitters, and given it was lime, I put a few dashes of lime bitters in there as well. So it's close to Jasper's mix, but it isn't Jasper's mix. It's inspired by, so it's Angry's mix. And so then I was going to make a quite simple rum punch with it. It calls for overproof Jamaican rum, which means the Smith & Cross is coming out. So I suppose instead of Jasper's mix and Jasper's rum punch, this is Angry's mix and Angry's rum punch. But I will show you how to make it. In a shaker, put 1.5 ounces of your Jasper's mix, then 1.5 ounces of the overproof Jamaican rum. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and I'm straining that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. Couldn't be easier, at least the way I made it. It is a tropical drink, so if you wanted to go full on tiki, you could be in a glass with ice, with all sorts of decorations on it. I was literally just doing this as a trial for myself, and I'm happy how it's come out. Leandro at Educated Barfly says you can use this in lots of cocktails. So I intend to use it in lots of cocktails, starting with this one. And both the strength of the Smith & Cross and the addition of the bitters is really coming through. It's got a real daiquiri vibe, but it's got darker, richer, and even a little spicier flavors in there. So if you like a daiquiri, I think you'll like this. And hey, if you like a little project, go ahead and make some Jasper's mix as well and enjoy it. And I hope to see you again soon. Until I do, I will say cheers. Oh man, I rambled and my mouth was getting full of spit just then. Thought I was going to have to stop again. Right, do this, and this, and this, and sit down with this. Oh, looks a lordy. Okay, switching things off. And sitting down to chat. Okay, turn this off. Do 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 do. Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does. Okay. So what were you watching today, Em, for the LD? First movie. Oh, Deep Cover. That's a classic Lawrence Fishburne one. Yes. And Jeff Goldblum's a bad guy. Yes. Second movie. Oh, it was about the Goofy movie. Yes, I've seen it around. Yeah. Usually do 2 PCs, stream on Discord with Finland friends came in. Do a third movie, watch it on the treadmill and phone central stream. God damn. And you synced up on Discord. Your dad says, I'm bored? Or broad? Or big head? Is that what he's saying? Yes, Spider Pig. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig. Hello, Madam Butterfly. Put that in there. Yes, Dad says I have a big head. Well, I do. It's true. Yeah, so speaking of movies, as I briefly mentioned once ago, I watched Havoc on Netflix. The people who made The Raid, apparently. Tom Hardy in the lead role. It was entertaining and spectacular, as expected. They're throwing in like those impossible camera shots. So, making you really want to see a making of Havoc to see like how the fuck did they do that shot. I think there was drones and cranes and all sorts of things, and that was in interiors. There's particularly the biggest set piece in the movie is a fight in a nightclub and there are multiple factions in the fight. It's not just one side against one side. There are factions, so there's fighting and shooting and stunts going everywhere. Yes, if you want over the top visual extravaganza action, then Havoc might be for you. If you want realism, Havoc probably not for you. Like regularly going, wow, how many bullets does that gun hold? Like one guy's got a automatic pistol, and it's just a pistol, and it fires like a machine gun and seems to fire about 50 rounds, but it's just a pistol. It doesn't have a big magazine or anything. Yes, I was mentioning that there's the Raid movies, and he's got the similar flamboyant camera shots in it. And also, I mean, it laid it on a bit thick. It's the thing that you always get in action movies, but it laid on a bit thick, like, wow, super lucky that absolute hail of automatic gunfire didn't hit the characters. It just hit literally all around them, but not actually them. It's like, phew, that was a stroke of luck. And, oh, look, it just happened again. But, I mean, just very stylish film. You're holding out for a 4K release. Okay. Yeah, but it was, like I said, very stylistic visual extravaganza. But, geez, probably, switch off your higher brain functions and just go primal enjoyment. That's fine. Like I said, particularly if you've got the player and the TV where you really notice it. I don't even know how old my TV is. 10 years? It's only 1080p, I think. Yeah. The Great Poupon. The old fancy mustard. I'm not sure what you're referencing there. I only know that exists, by the way, Grey Poupon, because of Wayne's World, because it was one of the jokes, pop culture references in Wayne's World I just didn't fucking get. And I had to look up what the fuck are they talking about. And yeah, it was in the US, they have ads for fancy mustard called Poupon. There you go. 4K snobby like Grey Poupon, yeah. And so they'd have people in limousines having Grey Poupon or whatever. But it was not a product or an advertisement that aired in Australia when Wayne's World came out. So they do a joke reference to it, and I was just like, no fucking idea what that was about. But, the internet came to the rescue and explained to me what the reference was. It doesn't even really count as a joke. It's just a reference. I tell you what, that drink tastes even better on ice. It's fucking yummy. New 4K copy of Wayne's World has actual Stairway to Heaven intro, unlike every version you'd seen growing up. Damn. Oh, yeah. But that, I don't know if Wayne's World invented that joke, but that's actually pretty widespread in guitar shops. I'll have things like no playing Stairway to Heaven or Smoke on the Water. Because the guys in the shop are just fucking sick of every dickhead who picks up a guitar doing that. A more modern one would be Wonderwall, just like no playing Wonderwall in the shop. Yeah, because I could actually imagine that wearing real thin if you were in the shop. Now, what did I do with my phone? I'm keen to shoot a couple more videos, short videos. Okay, what are we doing here? The Sherry Wood. Every VHS, DVD, Blu-ray you had growing up had the riff sounded like Stairway. Oh, okay. I don't remember clearly enough because I saw it in the cinema where I assume he actually played Stairway to Heaven. So that was probably a copyright thing, a licensing thing. So oh God, there was a cop show, an American cop show. It was like 10 or more years ago called Cold Case, where, yes, the investigator was investigating cold cases, and they'd be between 5 and 20 years old, these cases. And it was always tied to a song, a song that was popular in the year the murder happened. So, yeah, the song would be anywhere from the 60s onwards. And after this show was on, because it ran for a few seasons, then getting box sets of DVDs at home became popular, but they'd never paid for licensing for home video. They'd only paid for the licensing for broadcast. So they couldn't, or they didn't want to pay extra to actually have the songs in the home release. So the DVDs that were released at home made way less sense than the TV show because they didn't have the song from the period playing. Very weird. So saying, okay, it was Led Zepp, super picky about letting movie shows use rights for that song. I'm sure they are. Yep, licensing is complicated. Okay, I need my shrub. A shrub can't get no love. I'm going to minimize my dishwashing. Reuse that glass. Hey, Celtic, how you doing? Okay, so I've got a shrub, a cherry shrub. Well, I'm almost used this. Okay, that's cool. Let's friggin' go. And I want this sherry for this cocktail. Oh, have you ever seen me? Okay, let's get this out the way. Put it over here. And relook at this recipe. Dry gin. Easy peasy. And aromatic bitters. We got aromatic bitters. A couple of drops of Ceylon. Gin. Which gin? Which dry gin shall we use? Arturo's bone dry. Why not? Which ones are touching each other? was that one bottle. Moved it a couple millimeters, and the noise stops. All right. Do do do. Do 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 do. All right, all right, all right. So, let's get this happening. All right. All right, all right, all right. All these bits ready. Gotta get this chair out of the way. All right. Do-do. Do-do. I'll get that turned on. All right. GoPro goes here. Okay, I'll see how this is going. Let's do this. All right, I fucked everything up here. What's going on? Okay. Okie doke. Let's go. Wait, why is that powering off? Battery fucking with me again? No? Okay, I think I just pushed the wrong button. Okay. Okay, so let's go. Gin. Sherry. Shrub. Two dashes of bitters. And 2 drops of saline. Okay. And that's done. It's pretty color. Alright, let's put some lids on because I'm paranoid about knocking things over. All right. Oh, wait, what are we doing here? I really got confused with what I was doing. Let's do this. Oh. Start the recording then. Dunzo. Okay. This happening. Okay. Turn this on. G'day, cocktail lovers. This cocktail is called a sherry wood, and you won't be surprised to learn that it features sherry quite prominently. Amontillado sherry, in fact, one of the drier sherries. What I'm doing is something, it's a bit of a tweak from the recipe I found online. The recipe I found online included vinegar, which is a reasonably unusual ingredient in a cocktail, and maple syrup. So like a sour element from the vinegar, which can take the place of citrus, and a sweetener, maple syrup. So I actually more or less combine those, and I'm using a shrub in here. This is one I bought. You can make your own. A shrub is essentially a vinegar-based cordial and is a good substitute for citrus in a cocktail, and that's what I've gone with. But let me see how this has come out. Ooh, well, that's come out really well. The shrub is working really well with the other ingredients in here, but I'll show you how I made it. In a cocktail shake, you put 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of dry gin, then 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of Amontillado sherry. Then I'm putting 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of my shrub and 2 dashes of aromatic bitters. And then I'm doing 2 drops of saline to make the flavors pop. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. And I'm straining that into a chilled Nicanora glass. The shrub I used was a cherry shrub, which has given it this great color. It's working well with everything else in here. And I'm quite happy with my decision to go with the shrub. It's given it a nice, sharp, tangy taste. And I think you might like a sherry wood, and you should give it a go. Cheers. Okay. I made quite a bit. Okay. Oh, there's a little water in this, actually. I just realized that's why it's so big. Well, that's okay. You know what? The people who watch it on YouTube will never know. Only you watching this stream know my secrets. So you have to pledge to keep my secret. What the fuck is going on with this fucking cord? Swear to God. All right. Jesus. Okay. Move this out of the way. Sit down for a while. Wait a sec. Oh, what am I doing here? I just remembered something. Want to do... Wait a sec. No, I'm going to put a bit more. Just a sip, but you know, why not max it? Max it out. All right. Oh, goddamn. Oh, okay. Let me go. All right. Now, what did I miss in the chat? Home field been going. What did I miss? Okay. You know, there's a thread you're saying here. It reminds you, a channel called Pat Finity does a show called What Makes This Song Stink? Latest episode, Low Cash Song, Isn't She Country? I'm completely unfamiliar with that, which is weird old country version of Isn't She Lovely? Okay. Remarks how he hates these new country songs, these track commercials. Mrs. Bob Seger, like a rockhead from Chevrolet. So he started boycott comment splash on all his Chevrolet videos. Okay, that sounds like an intro. I like it. And Celtic, you were looking at op shop DVDs. They had to throw out 4 or 5 pornos. Damn, you missed out. This is a fun one. The anthropomorphic cartoon cocktail implements. Yes, it is like let's all go to the old let's go to the lobby ads. Yes. Yes, there's a thing with secondhand porn. Like I used to want to run a shop and they had the audacity to label it pre-loved porn. And it's like, dude, no. So with the Laserdisc shop, you got to clean the discs. Oh, no. Yeah, I bet you didn't clean it. Just fucking ditch it. You can make $100 with a porno disc. That's how much it grossed you out. Damn. Black and white, party dollar go-go, deep inside centerfold girls. Hate to see you go. Oh, dear. Yeah, no, I made a fucking mess, honestly. Celtic, you saw really screaming at cars. Right, yeah. I feel like the boy's going downhill. And he acts like a prick, so he makes it difficult for people to care that he's having a hard time. That's a real test of character. Can you help someone who's an absolute piece of shit and it doesn't feel good to help them because they're dorks about it? Do. Okay. Gonna make one more. Yeah, exactly, Celtic. You want to help, but yeah, he does make it impossible. He can't help people. Well, it just is. It's super complicated. I think sometimes you can help. Well, actually, and I take these words of wisdom from Mrs. Angry, a psychologist, counselor. Counseling, therapy, all those things, support doesn't work unless the person wants them to work. Celtic, got to get a bit of shut-eye for your 4 a.m. start. That sounds very sensible. And I hope your early shift treats you well. Okay, not really taken with the shrub. The rum punch was better, particularly on ice. It was good on ice. See if I can remember to write that in the comments for it. This is actually better on ice. I decided to serve it up, but it's definitely better on ice. But that's okay. I don't hate this one. It's not great, though. Definitely wouldn't make it again. So at most a 7 out of 10. So I think the rum punch is an 8 out of 10 on ice. Would make it again. Not going on my favorites list. But yes, I know. And I've got still a decent amount of the Jasper's mix or Angry's mix because it's my version of it. I use that and a few more tropical drinks, maybe. I have to explore. It's like tropical drinks that normally have lime and sugar in them. I use that. And there's a lot of tropical drinks that usually have lime and sugar in them. So yes, there won't be any shortage of drinks to experiment with on that front. Speaking of which, the one I had lined up. Ooh, wait, this headline caught my eye. Trump faces political crisis as Republicans abandon their leader. It's like, oh no, Trump's shit policies are actually unpopular? Destroying the economy and firing people? Yeah, I mean, honestly, 2026 seems like a long way away. But as Justin has pointed out on the stream, traditionally, the party that doesn't hold the presidency does well in midterm elections. And the dumb shit Trump's doing is almost definitely going to turn voters against Republicans. So you have to see what happens after that. Thinking of taking a page out of the book, get a bottle of Ned's, mix it with a bottle of Jack's. Add a bottle of the salted caramel one. Leave it for 3 months. Ooh, trialing the barrel. That's right. I just saw that. You thought someone was coming to pick up stuff from the store, so you cleaned up. They cancelled. Yeah, well, I mean, we cleaned the house. Yeah, 3 to 4 months seems like a good time for the barrels. Just really improves the flavor. Is the caramel a good idea? Maybe for a first time, maybe that's doing a bit much. I mean, I've put cocktails in the barrels, so cocktails that had sugar syrup, and it didn't seem to cause a problem. I mean, it's an experiment. You know, it probably wouldn't turn out terrible. Do they give you a guide with the barrel, like how to prime it so it's not going to leak, and then how to? I'm trying to think of the word they use, but it's basically flavoring it. Seasoning, that's what they call it. Like putting red wine in the barrel first. So it's like, yeah, fill it with water first, let it absorb water, and then it'll expand, and let it sit until it's not leaking. Then empty the water out. Oh, okay. Wait, it doesn't have 2 openings? How? It can't work without 2 openings. So you've got the tap, but there's got to be a bit where you pour stuff into the barrel. It's more like a delivery system. I'm getting confused, I have to admit. Yeah, so it's got a cask tap like mine does. You can see the taps there. Yes, take a pic. That'll probably help. Yes. Put it on the Discord. Because, yeah, mine is a thing in the top to pour the drink in, and the tap to pour it out. Oh. Speaking of which, I wonder if White Possum are still selling the barrels. There we go, White Possum. Wait, where actually are they? They're just in Altona. They're not far. Like, I could go visit them in person. Half an hour, yeah. Depending on traffic, half an hour or so. Other side of the West Gate. I might visit them one time. Okay, what are we selling? Tasting flights, liqueurs and spirits. Cocktail supplies? Is that barrels? Cherries, bitters, Wonder Foam. What do they make? Banana, amaretto, coffee, quina, hazelnut, cacao, maraschino, gin, oak-aged amaretto. I mean, that sounds pretty good. And they've still got their amaretto cask single malt whiskey, which I have to admit I was disappointed by. I had very high hopes for it, and it was okay, but I had very high hopes for it. I don't think. Oh wait, other goodies. Oh yeah, there they go. Oak casks. You make spirits. Oh wow, they've marked them down. They used to be $99, now they're $79. Ooh, maybe I should get another oak cask. Get a new one. And then new make spirit, $79. Was that from 79? Wait, 99? Whoa! Single malt cask strength. Peated single malt cask strength. And corn spirit. That's interesting. %43. Huh. Ooh, they never had peated single malt. Damn. Okay, let's look on the Discord. Do I see... Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yours is quite different to mine. So my question is, how do you pour... Does the top come off? Is that what happens? How do you pour the whiskey into the cask? New CD pickups. What did you get? Let's have a look. Okay. Take 40. Okay, video hits. Damn. Bombing songs. Knight's Tale. Ween. Def Leppard. Paul McCartney. Portishead. Moby. Beastie Boy. Paul's Boutique. Great album. Michael Jackson. Tea Party. Eagles. Regurgitator. Smash Hits. Pet Shop Boys, Nickelback, Wayne's World, Let It Be, Pretty Woman soundtrack, True Colors. God, Dr. Hook, Jesus Christ. I remember them. Oh, shit, you take the tap out to put stuff in. Oh, man, they're making it difficult. Marsha Detroit's one of the singers from Shakespeare's Sister. Nice. They only released a couple songs. I did like what are the two singles? I Don't Care If They Talk About Us and Stay. I really like Stay. And it was that really operatic video. I really enjoyed it. Hello, Safa. You are indeed here. So, God, you've got me thinking about it when I went and looked at White Possum's site. And they got God, they have a peated new make spirit. The fact they've marked down the barrels as well. I might get a new barrel. They've got a note on their site. Note, storing spirits in casks is considered to be excise manufacture, and an excise manufacturer license is required from the ATO. They're saying technically, if you are aging this stuff at home, you're in the line of fire for the ATO. Damn. Add suffer while you're sober. Watch the Pope's funeral. Well, that seems like fun. The Orthodox churches were there. I mean, they're all into it. Oh, wow. Heine took some great pickies today. I'm going to have a look through them. Bit too drunk for the Plex last night. Oh, yeah, it happens. Where are we? Heine's big day out. Where are we? Let's do this. So we've got an emu, kangaroos, lots of kangaroos. Lots of kangaroos. Ooh, an interesting bird. I've no fucking idea what that is. Head looks like a fucking vulture. Legs make it look a bit like a water bird. Another emu. Oh, no, that's the emu. Okay. And the rest. Is that sharing? Yeah, okay. So another kangaroo. There's a little feeding. Oh, a whole bunch. They are water birds. There you go. What's with their fucking heads, though? They look like fucking vultures. Other birdies? Oh, wallaby? Oh, that's a Cape Barren goose. They had those at the zoo in Dubbo. That's why I know what it is. Sorry, look at that where was it? Just noticed. Kangaroo doing a cheeky tongue poke. Cheeky bugger. Oh, dear. There we go. Yeah, Heine had a big day out. Oh, undeserved. Okay, so I am super tempted to get another barrel and their peated new make spirit to age my own peated whiskey. Wait, how big are those bottles? Um, $700 ml. God, I'm tempted to get. Oh, maybe a blend of the peated new make, which is quite high proof, and the corn spirit. Ooh, maybe. Maybe, baby. So you're out most weekends? Challenge for photographer and camera? Nice. Okay, Serendip near Geelong. Cool. Cool. They do glassware and barware. Drinking and tasting glasses. Oh, they have funny little glasses. Free shipping. Ooh, spirits from the cellar. Sorry, I'm just look. I should show you what I'm looking at so you know why I'm rambling. White possum. Now, I think maybe they've got some unusual stuff. Okay, so they're single. Yeah, okay, the amaretto whiskey, gin, Jingle Bells gin. Wow, that's expensive. Applewood Monterey gin. That's a little bit expensive too. Kakadu plum liqueur. Apparently marked down. Claiming it was $120. Well, they wouldn't lie to me, would they? A red vermouth. What else do they have? Wait. About Us. October 2014. Tasting place. Yes, they have alcohol scented candles. I have a whiskey candle from them. So no, okay. I'm just wondering if I can actually visit them because they're just the other side of the Westgate Bridge. Maybe I'll message them and say, "Can I visit you?" Contact us. Oh, there we go. I swear their tasting flights are fun though. 12 different whiskies to taste for 149. 12 gins for 129. 12 rums for 135. Chocolate gins. Pink gins. Peated single malts. Victorian single malts. Australian agave. West Melbourne gin. South Australia gin. triple tasting flight, whiskey, gin, and rum, not 413, 349. I'd be a fool not to buy it. Liqueur sample pack. 5 pieces for $29. Ooh. Small gin tasting flight, small whiskey tasting flight. Gin decorations for Christmas trees. Little Lawn Distilling. Oh, that's where I work. Oh, sorry, that's in the same street as where I work. But, yeah. Starwood tasting set, Brogan's tasting set, Never Never tasting set, Cape Byron tasting set, Adelaide Hills tasting set. So many tasting sets. Ooh, it's all tempting. Look at these tasting sets. It's random whiskey. And they've marked that down. Random whiskey pack. 4 pieces. So 30 mils. So 30 mils is a serve. 4 serves for $30 is pretty good. Project leftovers. Excess fills, once-off bottlings. No repeats in the same pack. What's their quirky greeting cards? Oh, with a possum. Of course. All right. Let's stop sharing. Oh, shit. What did I do? Yes, they are far more dedicated to the promotion than me. Oh, yeah. Mention I was researching for a doco. Yes. I think eventually the government will decide they have placed enough tax on Australian spirits, because it's a potential industry that's being held back somewhat. Doxty's work. Well, I'm in the Melbourne CBD. Yes, I don't actually work for Little Lawn. Oh my God, the comments thing is gone. Yeah, the tasting sets are a really good gift. Yes, except they're in little bottles. We send blood bags back and forth. Honey, you met a dude through work as a guy who likes photography. Go on adventures. That's fun. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'm going to make any more videos. But I think I'll have some more of my clarified cocktail. I'm going to make another version of this tomorrow. I think I can make better. Ooh, self-made roast. Nice. In heaven. Yeah, Mrs. Anger and I ducked out a bit earlier. Sort of mini date night. Just went to Mexican place that we really like. Fucking yum. That's my comfort mood. Comfort mood, comfort food. And weirdly, this place has changed its name recently. But it's the same people, same food, and it's fucking yum. Oh, yes. So for asking who got most Tim Smith, well, yes, Home for the Elderly did tap out, and I kept going. Yeah, I like shepherd's pie. It's fine and dandy. Actually, I often get like a light and easy frozen shepherd's pie. That's actually pretty good. Getting a drive-through Guzman y Gomez. Yeah, I think there's one at the outlet mall out at Moorabbin. Yeah. But I wouldn't go there for Mexican because it's like, I don't know, half an hour to drive there. I've got places much closer. Making Jazzy rich, improving the value of his shares. He's one Guzman y Gomez share. Yes. Oh, man. Okay. Swear to God, that is such a good clarified cocktail. Yeah, well, the one at Moorabbin's on my side of town, but it's still a drive. And it's just that I have places that are arguably better than Guzman and Gomez that are closer. So that's why I don't go there. I mean, there's probably one in the food court at Southland Mall or Chadstone. I don't know. I was mentioning the Moorabbin one because it's drive-through. But yeah, they're probably at shopping malls. Zambero's is fine. I like Zambero's. We got like some independent ones that I quite like. Hello, Hannah. How are you this evening? There you go. Trivia. Southlands. It's where you watch Matrix 2 and 3. Hmm. Oh, man, that's freaking awesome. All right, I'm going to have to drink something non-alcoholic after this. So, successfully messed up your sleeping patterns. You think it's 9 a.m., but it's 9 p.m. Okay, that's a weird bit of trivia. Met Molly Meldrum at Southlands. Oh, what's going on at Amy Park? Again, coastal cities, seagulls are not uncommon. Oh, that is so good. Got to be responsible and maybe not drink any more of it tonight, despite the fact it's really yummy. Oh, that'll throw you out, Hannah. Going to bed at 9 a.m. and waking up at 5 p.m., that will throw you out. There was a moment this afternoon at about 4 o'clock where I was really tempted to lie down. Like, I woke up fine this morning, even though I had a bit to drink last night. And, but it was like catching up with me at 3, 4 in the afternoon. Bit off. Oh, sorry, Molly Meldrum. When you say met, you yelled his name across the mall. Nice. Did I say hello, Justin? Hello, Justin. Too wide awake to sleep. Just going to go full nocturnal. Oh, yes. We were just talking about Guzman y Gomez. So you're cleaning the kitchen, wiping out cupboards, doors, tempted to clean the linen cupboard. Damn. Use that energy. Oh my God, that clarified cocktail is fucking fantastic. But I can do better. It's maybe a little bit too sweet. So I've got to get the proportions right. Use a bit less sugar syrup in it. But I'll probably make a video of making it tomorrow. And if it works, like if it's fucking perfect, then I'll do the talky bit of the video on Tuesday night. Just noticing your pictures of old Parliament House, all that stuff kind of seems too politically partisan to be a polling centre. Oh, that's getting hardcore, pulling out the veggie drawers in the fridge. Sure. You'll lose motivation 10 minutes now and faint instead, or paint instead. Yeah, we're talking about. I went to a Mexican place tonight. It's fucking yum. Oh, you go to a voting place that's got a trampoline centre. Just channeling my inner Homer Simpson. Trampoline! Yeah, it did very much seem like a museum type of thing, but yeah, it was just kind of funny. There was a lot of that stuff was interesting that you posted. I thank you for posting it. But yeah, the thought just occurred to me, a lot of this seems politically partisan. That seems a bit weird for a voting centre. Yes. Saxophone. Saxophone. Oh, wait, what's going on here? Sorry, I'm just looking at things posted. It's all happening. Hometown's pre-voting centre, Mason Centre. That's not that uncommon, actually, I don't think. Yeah, I think... actually, I don't know where the pre-voting place is around here. Maybe the library? There's... they tend to use schools on polling day, but not for pre-voting. I think the current thinking in the House is voting on actual polling day. Mrs. Angry is hilarious. Like, she does research. She looks up all the weird fringe parties and finds out who the fuck they are, just to have the fun of going, okay, you're the biggest dickhead. You're getting my very last vote. I think we've settled on, despite how fucked up some of the fringe parties are, One Nation gets put last. Simply because they've been around too long, and Pauline Hanson gets given a fucking media platform, and she's fucked up, evil, stupid, and dangerous. Whereas the other ones they're just very silly. The anti-vaxxers and the libertarians, they're absolute fuckwits, pieces of shit, but they're just silly. Yeah, One Nation deserves to fucking go last. They're so toxic. There you go. You've got a different take. Libs last. Trumpet of Patriot second last. One Nation third last. Yeah, look, it's all good when they're at the bottom. Cartoon portraying Albanese as Potter Dutton's Voldemort's. Well, first, I'm sorry. This is not a reflection on you, Justin, but I'm sort of fuck everything Harry Potter because J.K. Rowling's such a horrible piece of shit. I didn't quite understand that. Now that you've brought it up, I did not quite understand that one. Let's bring it up. So we look at this. So yes, in Harry Potter, Harry's scar hurts if he's around Voldemort. I don't understand the Liberal Party learning the lessons. I genuinely don't understand this. On the wing, the climate, and the Uluru Statement. I'm probably overthinking it because I really don't give a shit. But I'm just throwing it out there. I don't actually understand that. Does it mean the Liberal Party are learning their negativity is working against them and they're going to change and that could hurt Albany. I just don't get it. Need the guy from Insiders to explain the joke. It's just it's too labored, and I'm like, oh, it's like you're trying too hard. What the fuck is going on here? What are you even doing here? Sure, just after the last election. That doesn't help me. What does it mean? He feels the Harry Potter scar pain. The Liberals, I don't know how many times I can say it. I don't get it. Well, that's not correct, Safa. Nuclear power hasn't been mentioned by Dutton for a number of weeks now. It was very prominently being talked about in months past, but he's dropped it. Yes, that's not subtle. It's obvious Dutton's Voldemort. I'm just saying the overall thing with Albanese as Harry Potter feeling the pain. Oh, it must be the Liberals' willingness. No. What is the Liberals learning the lessons? What are they learning? And is that good or bad? I don't understand. It's just blah. What lessons are they learning? Is it good for the Liberal Party that they're learning lessons? Is it bad for them? Is it good for Labor? Is it bad for Labor? Is it like, what the fuck is it? That was Morrison and the Grim Reaper. I know, I pointed out that the engines, again, once political cartoonists start labeling things, it's like, oh my God. Dutton's an authoritarian. Dutton's a steaming pile of shit. Dutton would very much like to dictate what people do. Like, he sees a really quite scary and threatening authoritarian like Trump and goes, I want to do that. No, but it literally says the LNP learning the lessons. That's the specific thing. Must be the Liberal Party learning the lessons. It specifically says they're learning the lessons. But it's like, what the fuck does that, what lessons are they learning? Are they learning to not be right with things, or are they learning to lean more into that fucking hateful right-wing populist shit? And is it good or bad for either? It doesn't make fucking sense, is what I'm saying. If a political cartoon works, it's immediately self-evident. You think, see, this is the thing. You think it's meant to be red sarcasm, but you don't know. But in what way is it sarcastic? What does it mean? Why is the forehead scar hurting? And yes, for a couple of weeks, they've been dialing down the MAGA stuff after really going for it, because it's like, shock horror. A significant majority of Australians think it's fucking bullshit. A small fringe of absolute fuckwits are really into it, but it's become evident a significant majority of Australian voters think it's bullshit. And it's like, you know, the fucking coalition have dipped away from everything they've said this election. They're avoiding mentioning nuclear after pushing it for months. You know, said he's going to sack all the public servants and force them to go back to the office, and fucking backpedaled on that because they were all vote losers and was doing the MAGA shit, and then finds out Australians actually don't like it, and so backs away from it. The backflip party. Well, it's like Dutton is the nothing candidate. He stands for nothing, means nothing. He wants to do a whole bunch of fucked things. Like, as I said several times in the lead up to this, and I think Labor seems to be doing well with their messaging and the polling and whatnot, but Labor should go super fucking hard with scare tactics, because the LNP under Dutton, given the chance, would implement a whole bunch of incredibly fucked shit. Just increased tax cuts for billionaires, destroying workers' rights, fucking over the basics of industrial law. It will definitely fuck up the health system. You're saying the LNP have the problem believing their base represents the general population. Oh, yeah, anyone can fall for that. But again, the people who were into that Trump MAGA shit, that's probably no more than 10% of Australian voters. You can't fucking win with that, particularly when you're turning other middle ground people off. Is it because... Sorry, you're still trying to pass that stupid political cartoon. He's on the left wing. I feel like he's not trying to say that. Yeah, that was his latest one. He's going to overturn the right to disconnect. Like, the idea that your job could be under threat if you don't answer phone calls from your boss at 8 o'clock at night is fucking ridiculous. And again, it's a vote loser. It's like every time he vocalizes just a fraction of the evil fucking workplace changes he wants to put in, people go, oh, fuck that. Labor should go really hard on, Dutton's goal is to destroy all your most basic rights as a worker. I get 0 after-hour boss calls. My boss would not do that. Actually, asterisk, because I'm in cybersecurity. If a major incident happened, I would expect to be told about it and maybe be in the discussions on how the response was going to run. But that would be an emergency. I think it's definitely a reference to terror at 20,000 feet. It's definitely a reference to that. The Dutton Voldemort is tearing apart the engines. I think you're absolutely spot on with that. But I keep coming back to just what the fuck is it trying to say? Like, it's labeled the engines as the Uluru Statement, and he's going, oh, I'm feeling like, when does, oh God, I don't even want to fucking talk about Harry Potter, like I said, just because of fucking J.K. Rowling's such a steaming pile of shit. But when does Harry's scar? Okay, I'm going to look it up because it's doing my head in a bit. When does Harry's scar hurt? Okay, it hurts whenever Voldemort's close by or feeling particularly powerful emotions, because Harry's technically a Horcrux. Here's a piece of Voldemort's. Actually, God, you could really go meta with that stupid fucking thing. Harry Potter is technically has some of Voldemort's soul in him, so you could be saying Albanese deep down has a bit of Dutton's fuckery in him. So, okay, fuck me, I'm going to bring it up again. I was just going to say, okay, so yes. So Albanese's Harry Potter, Voldemort's on the wing of the plane. So it's a real mixed metaphor. That's definitely the terror at 20,000 feet Twilight Zone thing. Is he going to pull apart the Uluru Statement of the Climate? But it hurts because Voldemort's here. But just the thing of must be the Liberal Party learning the lessons. What the fuck does that mean? Does it mean the Liberal Party's learned not to do things and it's having a strong emotion from Dutton, so Albanese feels it? Or the Liberal Party's learned if they do this reactionary stuff? It's so fucking annoying. It's annoying the shit out of me. It really is annoying the shit out of me. It's going for mixed metaphors, and it's absolutely unclear what the Liberal Party learning the lessons mean. It's like the person had half a fucking idea and just fucking went with it. You think Friendly Geordies might be right about Liberal Party collapsing eventually? Oh yeah, the fucking Liberal Party have only existed since the 1950s. It's a common mistake people make when they look at the current political landscape and they think it's unchangeable. It was ever thus and it ever shall be. But in almost every country in the world, the political landscape and the parties involved just 100 years previously were completely different or quite significantly different. And so the idea that what we have now will always be there just is not really accurate. Well, the Teals are just Liberal Party people who don't like the fact that the Liberal Party's gone insane. Okay, see, the old Parliament House has a website. You're going to try and find it? A day after winning the federal election, newly elected Prime Minister Anthony Albanese was on a plane for Japan for a meeting. Okay, so he's on the plane. Cartoonists were finessing the Albanese caricatures. David Pope leans into a thing. Voldemort stalking his every move, but it just doesn't fucking make sense. Like that caption, like actually it would make so much more sense if it didn't have that caption, must be the Liberal Party learning the lesson. That's what's pissing me off. Like it actually makes sense if you get rid of that little voice bubble saying must be the Liberal Party learning the lessons. That's what's stupid about it. That's fucking stupid. It makes perfect sense if you get rid of that. That voice bubble is fucking stupid and makes no sense. Like, what the fuck is that trying to say? It's not terribly clever, but it's at least clear. If you take that voice bubble away, it's quite clear. It's like Albanese's on a plane and Voldemort stalking him. And yes, and then they're doing the mixed metaphor of the terror at 20,000 feet with Dutton tearing apart the engine that's, driving Labour or whatever. But that fucking voice bubble that says must be the Liberal Party learning the message is shitting me up the wall because it's so fucking stupid and it doesn't mean anything. If you take that out, it wouldn't be dazzlingly insightful as political commentary. In fact, it's extremely shallow, but at least it fucking makes sense. But with that fucking voice bubble there, it's just nonsensical. I am not going to let this go easily. Oh, they've got me on a tear. Damn, you know what? I think I'm going to buy a bunch of shit from White Possum. I might do it tomorrow. I think because they've marked down the random whiskey pack, $29. That just sounds like fun. That sounds like a fun thing to do on stream. Get teeny little serves of whiskey, and it might be stuff I've never had. And get the peated new make spirit, a new barrel. And I've just got to toss it up because that's only 700 mils and the barrel's almost twice that big. It's like 1.2, even 1.3 liters. Do I get 2 of the peated new make, or do I blend it with another new make, like the corn spirit? That would give it a bourbony element if I put corn in it. Ooh, I'm very tempted. I've got to put thought into this. Your computer's threatening you? That's pretty thing. Oh, those big packs? Are you talking about the one with like 12 gins or the smaller one? Because it's just like, damn. So the tasting flights are a hoot. 12-piece whiskey flight, 12-piece gin flight, 12-piece rum flight, 5-piece chocolate gin, 5-piece pink gin, 5-piece peated single malt, 5-piece Victorian single malt, 5-piece Australian agave, 5-piece West Melbourne gin, 5-piece South Australian gin, 5-piece liqueur samples, 3-piece whiskey, 3-piece gin, 3-piece Christmas gin baubles, 3-piece Little Lon, 4-piece Brogan's Way, 3-piece Starward, 3-piece Never Never, 3-piece Cape Byron, 3-piece Adelaide Hills, 3 pieces Illegal Tender Rum, 4-piece Bass and Flinders, 3-piece 7K Distillery Gin, 4-piece Imbue Distillery Gin. Imbue are always at the Caulfield markets. I can always get something from them. Hurdle Creek Gin and Liqueur tasting. Bricks Rum tasting set. Mr. Bitters sample pack. The Random Whiskey pack. They're marked down. I think I have to get that. Random Gin pack. 4-piece for $20. See, that's a fucking bargain too. Espresso martinis. Negroni tasting flight. Tonic sample pack. 2 random spirit. Oh God, for only $10. 2 random spirits. That could be hella fun on a stream. Okay, you're talking about the 1.5, about 130. Now I think that's the 12 one. Look, okay, I'll show what I'm looking at again. So that's a 12-piece for 129. Now if we go right, okay, go right to the top. Yeah, 12-piece gin tasting flight for 129. So that's like, just over $10. And I think they're 30 mils. So that's a proper pour. Yeah, that's 30 mils. That's an ounce at each. So that's a proper pour. You get a proper taste of those. And they're, so it's basically like $10 a gin. The whiskey one's $149, so that's not much more expensive. Rum tasting 12-piece for $135. I mean, these all sound like fun ideas to me. Oh, I'm going to put some pretty serious thought in tomorrow to buying some stuff from White Possum, though. I'm very much leaning towards getting a new barrel and the peated single malt new make, so I can make my own custom peated whiskey. Just have to decide, do I get 2 bottles of the peated new make, or do I make it a bit cheaper and get the corn spirit? So the cask strength new make is really fucking strong, like over 60% ABV, which is really strong. And the corn spirit's about 43%, which would tone it down a bit. Corn spirit's made by Whippersnapper Distillery in Western Australia. Locally grown corn, malted barley and wheat from the WA wheat belt. Fantastic base for creating bourbon-style whiskies, yeah. I really think that's what I'll do. So the corn spirit's $79. The cask strength is $99. Oh, so I think the peated single malt and the corn spirit would probably go really well together. Then age it for, I don't know, 6 months. Justin, in other news, set your phone up, take credit card payments. Nice. Yeah, apparently that's not all that difficult to do. But there's also bank transfers. I can do bank transfers if I have someone's phone number. Oof, I think last night is catching up with me. I'm getting quite tired now. I am not going to... I got my mineral water. I'm not going to crack it open because if I drink a whole can of mineral water now, and then I go to bed and I'm going to have to get up again in 2 hours to pee. Oh, yes, I think that's the easiest one. Do it with Square. I'm sure I've heard of people doing that, yeah. But now, Juzzy's friend and family have got to be careful that he just doesn't sidle up to their credit cards and sort of go beep and take a payment off them. I think Pay ID is bank transfers. It's illegal to charge yourself and repay yourself. Okay, that just sounds complicated. Yeah, I'm coming up on 2 hours. I think I'll just wait for Mrs. Angry to say she's going to bed, but I'm definitely not cracking open the mineral water. The ice I was going to pour the mineral water over is melting, so I've got some really nice icy water to drink, which I find very refreshing. So that's good. So I've got my denuded orange. I'm going to make another clarified thing tomorrow. And I think a couple little tweaks and I might have it perfect. As it stands, I very much rate it as in the top 2 clarified cocktails that I've ever made. That and the Painkiller are the top 2, and they're very different. So I think if I tweak that one tomorrow, I might make it even better. Okay, you had 16 orders and had to wrap them all. It took you hours to wrap all your Laserdiscs, but you know, sounds like you got it done. So if you owe yourself $100, I probably owe myself a lot. Oh yeah, you're gonna walk into the post office with a shopping trolley full of pizza boxes. Oh damn! At some point, I'm gonna rearrange the artwork. It's just like it's just when something's a slight hassle, I get this sort of because I'm gonna have to move some hooks and replace some hooks because I do want to put up the framed with Null and I laser disc that Home for the Elderly sent me ages ago. It's just like sitting down on the ground over there. But I do want to hang it up. But it's just like every time I think about it, because I gotta reach past the shelf, or moving it is a major pain in the ass. So it's like, so I've got to kind of get a ladder and reach over it, and it's awkward, and take this painting down, take the hook off, and then like put one hook there and one hook there, and move that painting over there, and put with Null and I here. I do want to do it, but like I said, in my head, something that's a minor inconvenience, I just really just go, oh, I don't want to do it. Yeah, I kind of thought that's where it's going. I honestly don't know how that works, but it's the whole thing. Oh yeah, no, that is definitely, it's in my top 5, and I love that you sent it to me, and I definitely want it to go there. It's just like, I got to do it. You downloaded the Canadian Jesus movie. Fair enough. I am unfamiliar with the Canadian Jesus movie. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about a new movie, Jesus of Montreal. I haven't watched it for a little while, but yeah, another of my top 5. I think if you were raised Catholic or traditional Christian, it has much more meaning. Like I remember going to see it in the cinema in Sydney with some friends who were not raised religiously, and I realized they wouldn't understand what was happening. Go, that guy's the devil. He's tempting Jesus. She's Mary Magdalene, the fallen woman. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that I took for granted because it's just really well-known Bible stories that they're doing stuff on. But yeah, again, the acting is really good. And the guy who plays the actor who plays Jesus in the Passion Play, he was in a few movies, and he's pretty good. Oh, right. Okay. So charging and repaying yourself to get reward points. Gotcha. Now that you've said reward points, I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I guess you could do it back and forth with a friend. If you've both got the thing, you like give your friend $100 off your credit card, then they give you $100 off theirs, then you pay it off and Look, yeah, Jesus Christ Superstar. We had the original cast recording. I heard that so many times when I was a kid. And Godspell, which was the more hippie-ish one. But it has a couple of good songs. Godspell's not as good as Jesus Christ Superstar. But Godspell has a couple of good songs in it. There's so many good songs in Jesus Christ Superstar, though. I have a soft spot for their King Herod's song. When Pontius Pilate sends Jesus off to be judged by Herod, because you're Herod's race, you're Herod's case. And Herod's songs are, so you are the Christ, you're the great Jesus Christ. Prove to me that you're no fool. Walk across my swimming pool. Do that for me and I'll let you go free. Come on, King of the Jews. Life of Brian, I love the stories about how they did that. Like the original, the first name for the movie was Brian of Nazareth. Um, but they were coming up with the idea to do a Jesus thing. And then they were like, well, Jesus is not particularly funny. You know, he just says, be nice to each other and whatnot. And they decided what is funny is the followers, the zealots. They're funny. People who go for cults, they're funny. And so despite the over-the-top campaigns to try and have the movie banned when it came out, like there are interviews that are on YouTube that were aired by the BBC's, like the Archbishop of Canterbury and some other conservative arguing with John Cleeson, Michael Palin, that the movie should be banned. It's just like, wow, free speech much? So, Justin, if you have to go for a higher security clearance, you have to give bank statements and prompt questions. Wow. No, well, Jesus is God. That was the inscription on the crucifix was Hail King of the Jews. And of course, when I say these things, I mean in Christian doctrine. Remember being on holiday, Australian Cast album was pretty big. Went to Great Keppel, the 40 Lashes song. Oh, I fucking love that. That one, dun, 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 and it's 39 lashes, 40 less one. Innocent little 12-year-old is rocking out to the lash. Yeah, no, the Lashes song is fucking awesome. No. Oh my God, Safa. I have to tell you basic Catholicism now. Okay, the central thing of Catholicism is the Holy Trinity, the three in one. God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. They are all the one God, but they are three entities. No, not one spirit. No. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. And it's just one of the weird things at the center of Catholicism. That's one of the splits, because all the various Christian sects around the world, one of the areas of splitting is disagreeing about the concept of the Holy Trinity. Yes, that's what Dr. Abigail is saying too. There is a split between Catholics and some of the other sects. Yes, it's like Zelda. Justin, you can set your phone up with Square. You don't need an AVN. Yeah, it's be an individual, yeah. No, the Holy Spirit is not an angel. Angels are separate things. The Holy Spirit is God. The three in one. It's one God, but there are three representations. God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. They are not separate. They are three in one. And angels are definitely not God. Angels are the servants of God. Lucifer is an angel. Lucifer, morning star, the first and best and brightest in heaven. But he got jealous of God and thought he could do a better job. And so he got cast down. And I still mean I want a good history of the devil, and the devil and demons, because there are all these different ones, and I want to kind of find out when they were invented. Because Lucifer, Beelzebub, Satan, Asmodeus, all these different demonic entities. I really want to know their history, when they were invented, what roles they supposedly have. God's his own Father and Son. In the Catholic doctrine, yes. And it's not just the Orthodox ones. Again, there are so many Christian sects, and the splits have been for a whole bunch of reasons. Not least, some of them were just like, I think the Pope's bullshit. And of course, Church of England, Henry VIII just going, yeah, I just don't want to be under the thumb of Rome, so I'm going to reject them and have my own church. So there are all sorts of reasons for the splits among Christianity. Yes, Henry VIII. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Everyone was an Henry. She wouldn't have an Harry or Jake. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. Second verse, same as the first. Yeah, you have Russian Orthodox, Greek Orthodox, Eastern Orthodox. You'd have the African churches as well. Coptic, the Coptic Christian churches in Africa. And God, you've got just so many schisms across the United States with different Christian cults. Biden's at the Pope's funeral. The Pope probably looks more lively than Biden. I was thinking, who was it? They had the song "Paco Doesn't Love Me." All girl punkish band. God, now I have to look it up. The Spazzies? Might have been the Spazzies. Paco Doesn't Love Me. Very un-PC name. Yes, the Spazzies. Because they kind of borrowed that thing from Henry VIII where they go, second verse, different from the first. So we're talking about here what was sung with pretty voices and was mind-blowing. Trump and Zelensky met at the Vatican. Oh, God, what a fun thing. Memes are always good. I did see there were 1 or 2 Biden cartoons there again. Oh, God. What a fucking thing Biden is, honestly. Wait, what do we got? Memes. All right. I know this one. I like this one. Share screen from the Discord. The Holy Bible says that a woman can be sold to her rapist after he violates her. The Quran says a woman must always be sexually submissive to men. The Satanic Bible says not to make sexual advances unless they're reciprocated. You all motherfuckers need Satan. Yes, and there's people who, I'm in the Church of Satan, will tell you, we don't actually worship Satan. That's not what it means. It's very easy to understand why people think that's what it means. But particularly if you start thinking like it's linked to people like Anton LaVey and those other fucking fruitcakes. So are we going with more Jesus memes? What are we doing here? Jesus checking if the Facebook photo has enough lives to save the sick child. Well, you know, It's a thing he has to take into account. Jesus died for our sins, but he didn't stay dead. What did he sacrifice? His weekend. Jesus gave up his weekend for your sins. Sorry, no, this is a good one for Strixega. Me watching Labyrinth with the kids, and David Bowie's bulge is just... Ooh, yes. That cod piece. Oh, you're talking about singing You Like Russian Church. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, I'm going to put something else in there just to flavor the orange peel for Mrs. Me. Yes, okay. This one is addressing one of the stranger elements of the Old Testament or the Talmud or whatever you want to call it, depending on your particular things. Then God said to Abraham, dude, I totally fucked up when I made the penis. I'm going to need you to start cutting part of it off. Oh, I've seen this one. Bored with regular Jesus? Bun Jesus. Spongy Jesus. Or giant Toblerone found underneath Egyptian pyramids. Again, that makes perfect sense. Just saying. Russian churches are all gold. It's kind of like you get Buddhist temples with lots of gold in them too. The old Russian architecture is weird. Like, you know, the onion domes. They're all a little bit weird. Not my favorite architecture. But oh, I don't have the Discord beep. I'm hooked on it. I do like this P-card meme. It lends itself to a lot of stuff. Why would you pray after a tragedy to a God who did nothing to prevent the tragedy? Oh God, that reminds me of a social media, screenshot of social media thing that I saw recently. It's, some weirdo fundamentalist Christian saying, oh, this is the truth that the media will never tell you. Every single black box recorder ever recovered from every plane crash, every single time, it records the pilots praying, but they don't want you to know that. And someone responded, so you're admitting that prayer doesn't work? Every plane that crashed, they were praying and they still crashed. What's this one? Go ahead and park like an idiot. I have something for your fancy backup camera. Okay, that's pretty funny. Driver girl's going to do it. You need to keep a little printout with you. But also, I don't know, I'm suspicious that wouldn't actually work. I don't have a backup camera, so I don't know what their focus range is and whatnot. It's a fun joke. I really like it as a fun joke. I'm just not sure it would actually work. What the fuck? Okay, this one is a questionably placed sign. Come join the fun. Bible camp. Oof. Yes, they didn't think that through. Is what I'm going to say. They knew what they were trying to say, but they didn't really think through how they were saying it. Okay, I'm going to get one off. Oh, my weird little flavored whiskies that I can't forget about. Oh, the brown whiskey. Yeah, maybe that one. Do-do-do-do. All right, all right, all right. I'm going to pour a little bit of that in there. Mrs. Angry apparently hasn't gone to bed yet. Oh, wait. Have I had this on silent? No, it's good. All right, I hear lots more Discord beeps. Where are we? All right, more memes. Keep your eyes on the stairs. They change direction every 10 seconds. I love optical illusions. Like really often with them, I'm like, no, I can only see it one way. And I'll sit there going, I can only see it one way. And then it'll flip. Yep. And that one took a long time to flip for me. And now I'm trying to force it to flip back. And I'm struggling to get it to flip back. Oh, there it goes. And it just flipped again. Man, brains are so unreliable. That's why I love optical illusions. Because someone's going like, oh, I don't believe you see. Dude, don't believe everything you see. Because I asked my crush out. She said no and told our parents. Bro, yeah, she said that as well. Damn. Fun facts about ducks. Ducks cannot scream. A duck exists in every family. Find yours today. Ducks actually have giant muscular legs, but they hide them underwater. If you look into a duck's eyes, you can see the cities it has burned. Ducks cannot perform surgery. What's this one from FW? Never quitting the internet. This is just a theory that I'm pretty sure that It's Raining Men and Let the Bodies Hit the Floor are about the same event, just from wildly different perspectives. Yes, I've seen a few variations of that on social media. Oh wow, someone actually wearing the seat pattern. I know someone who I've seen pictures of someone who deliberately had a suit made of the seat pattern just so they could pose for a photo sitting on the seat with the pattern. So, you know, oh, there's another one. Wait a sec, where are we? All right, so this X-Men meme. I prefer the original Chosen One. I said the original Chosen. Okay, crossing. Boundaries there. Oh, and another one. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. You need to practice water discipline with that poo. Okay, that's a callback to a couple years ago when little Benny Shaps got weirdly obsessed with the song Wet Ass Pussy. Look at the name of the reporter the BBC sent to report on panic fuel buying. Phil McCann. Training a service cat. Yes, that seems accurate. Lifesaver cat. Okay. Cute girl, hi. Trim the nails. I saw one a few years ago. It was so it was like a woman posing with these really elaborate nails they'd had done, and they were like these like claw type nails with this beautiful rainbow pattern on them, and they're like, all sort of this far out past the finger, just looking incredibly elegant, except these two fingers were really blunt. They still had the rainbow thing, but they were really blunt, and it was like posing like this, like got my nails did. And then someone commented, "Oh, it's such a shame that those two broke." And they replied with like, a heterosexual woman has entered the chat. Okay, I think I got a ding from Mrs. Angry there, so I'm going to do a couple more memes, and then I think I'm going to go to bed. So, when you meet the girl who flirts with other girls without experiencing crippling anxiety, is it possible to learn this power? Or, come on, guys, it's not rocket science. Come on, it's not music theory. Come on now, it's not explaining queer subtext to straight people. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Right, so Art Noble, hello. You're just joining just as I'm about to go to bed. Hello. No, there won't be a stream tomorrow. Got to drink this. Oh, God damn, that's yummy. So, yes, next stream will be maybe Tuesday. We shall see. Oh, okay. So I'm not going to put the show, but strictly say you just passed one. There's a party next door, but judging by the mix of late 90s, early 2000 jams, they'll wrap it up by 10. Ooh, that's older millennials and younger Gen X feeling their age. Yeah. Oh man, that is so. I haven't tasted that in ages, and it's so fun. I make these things, and they're really yummy, and then I kind of forget about them. But they're really yummy, and they're sitting there waiting for me. I possibly have too much alcohol, is what I'm saying. So maybe buying a bunch of stuff from White Possum would be very self-indulgent. Hey, eating a cherry. Oh my God, I love those cherries so much. Yes, night gang. You'll have a good time. I'm going to retire for the evening and catch you another time. But I will say bye for now.